Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I'm going to be talking about all the different ways that I save money to afford luxury items. So in my life, luxury items is one of those things where I do like to splurge a little bit of my income on. But even if you're not into luxury goods, you can definitely apply these tips to save up for anything that you like to spend your money on, whether it be traveling, buying a car, buying a house, anything like that. So I'm going to be dividing these tips into three different sections. So the first section would be budgeting, second section would be increasing your income, and the third section would be all about making your dollar go further by saving on things. So I really hope that you find some of these tips helpful. Some of these points may be obvious to you, but I personally love watching these videos for a little bit of motivation when it comes to spending and saving my money. Before we get into these tips, if you're new here, welcome. My name is Isabelle and I do videos on fashion and luxury. So if this is something that you're interested in as well, I'd love it if you subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell so you're notified every single time I upload a new video. And if you do end up liking this video or find these tips helpful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. So let's get started by talking about budgeting. So this seems like such an obvious point. So I do think it's really important to have your own rules when it comes to budgeting the money that you earn. So I follow a really simple rule. So when I was much younger, I was researching a lot on the internet all about budgeting, and I came across this article about 5-30-20 rule. So you can use this rule as a good baseline and then tweak the rule to sort of suit your income and expenses. So what this 50-30-20 rule is that you divide your income into three different pools. So 50% of your income should go to your bills and necessities. 30% of your money goes to what you want to spend on. So this could be entertainment, dining out, that sort of thing. And then 20% of your income should go towards some sort of saving. So you can always tweak these percentages to suit your needs. So I like to do it in the sort of 50, 20, 30. So I spend 50% of my income on all of my bills and utilities and mortgage. I try and limit myself to spending on entertainment to 20%, and 30% of my income goes towards some sort of savings. And I do sort of do different things with my money with that 30%, which I'll get into a little bit later when I talk about increasing your income, because I really believe in diversifying the way that you make money. So you don't just rely on your day job, but you do have some sort of passive income and side income. So I'll get into that a little bit later, but I do that with a portion of my savings money. So this is a really good rule to go by, because if you don't quantify the amount of money that you're allowed to spend and the amount of money that you plan to save, then even if you think that you've only spent this much and saved all of this money, the chances are you're probably way overspent and not much money left to save. For me, financial security is so important. If I don't have enough money to pay off my bills, or if I don't have an amount saved up for life's emergencies, or if I haven't, done anything responsible with my money, I know that even if I buy all these nice luxury goods, I won't be able to completely enjoy it. So I find budgeting is such an important thing to do. So of course, if you're going to budget, you do need to write your expenses down. You can do it on your phone. There are different apps that do it, but I'm such a, pen and paper girl. So every year I actually buy a budget book. So I've been using this particular one since this financial year from, July this year. This one I picked up from Kmart for $3. So if I show you sort of a blank page, because I don't want to flash all my spendings, but pretty much when you open this budget book up, it's like a weekly plan, and you've got columns where you can write down all of your expenses for the day, and you can sort of summarize your spendings and savings every week as well. So as obvious as it is, I definitely find it really helpful to write all of my expenses down. So when I review my expenses in the future, when I'm trying to save for something, I can sort of work out where I've overspent and where I could reduce my spending on. So something as simple as having a budget book is going to be really helpful. So the second tip when it comes to managing your money and budgeting your income is know when to save. So for example, for me, I actually don't like going out drinking every weekend, because going out for drinks is really, really expensive. And for me personally, I actually don't value that. So, certain people really enjoy that experience, going out and drinking and just, having a lot of fun. And if you do enjoy it, then it is definitely worth that $200 you might spend. But for me, because I actually don't really enjoy that at all, I don't see the value in that money. So it's all about sort of the value system. So even if something costs you a certain amount of money, if that really adds to your life and happiness, I think it is really worth spending the money on. But if it's kind of like, you know, you're not really enjoying it that much, then it is a complete waste in my opinion. And the other area that I really don't spend a lot of money on is on my clothes. So I generally go for really affordable clothing items and dress them up with a few key designer pieces from my closet. I would not spend too much money on clothes and put that money towards affording my next designer item that I can use for years to come and that can be used with a lot of different outfits. Of course, throughout the year, a few times a year, I may pick up a couple of clothing items that are a little bit more high-end. As you guys know, recently I picked up a Balmain t-shirt and I absolutely love it, but I know that I'll be able to wear that for years to come and it's almost like an investment piece for me. But other than that, generally, I don't spend a lot of money on clothes. On the contrary, if there is something that costs you a few dollars a day and you absolutely enjoy that, I say don't cut it out. So for example, I love my cafe coffees. So every single day when I go to work or even on weekends, I really look forward to my $4 cappuccino. A lot of money videos out there do say save every penny. But for me, even if I, end up spending $1,000 or $2,000 throughout the whole year by having 1 cup of coffee a day from the cafe, for me, it's really worth it because it really makes me happy. And in my opinion, there are so many better ways to save money than to save $3 or $4 on something every day that you really enjoy. So if there is some areas in your life where you don't enjoy spending money on that much, I say save on those things. But if there are areas in your life where you could potentially save money by not doing that thing, but if that brings you so much joy, I definitely say just keep doing it. So getting into the second part of the video, let's talk about increasing income. So you can save all you like, but in my opinion, it makes much more of an impact when you can increase your income than to save a few dollars here and there. So let's use the coffee example again. So say if you are saving $4 every day by cutting out your coffee and just, making your instant coffee at home. If you do that for the whole year and you save $4 every day for 365 days, it comes to $1,460. And whilst that seems like a lot of money, if you really think about it, it's all relative. So if you can increase your income, if you work really hard and for example, even if you got $2 pay rise per hour over the course of the year, if you work full time for 52 weeks a year, you almost make extra $4,000. And that's just simply by increasing your hourly income by being a good worker, for example. So as you can see, you can try and save your coffee or you can put that energy towards increasing your income and you're usually much better off by increasing your income. Of course, with extra income, you do need to be really good with budgeting again, so you don't end up wasting all of that extra money, but that's another topic, so we'll leave that for another day. So the first way to increase your income is by investing in yourself, whether it be through educating yourself or acquiring new skills. So in the future, you'll have better opportunities for better paying jobs. So you can always take up more jobs on the side, so you can have a side hustle. I've got a lot of friends that have acquired new skills to, do jobs outside of their 9-to-5 job. So I have a friend who learned how to put eyelash extensions on. It was a bit of an investment in time and money to learn the skill, but now she has a really well-paying side job that can pay for her wants. So there are a lot of videos out there that sort of go through all the different types of jobs that you can have as a side hustle that will make you a decent amount of side cash. For me, I am a full-time dentist, so I did go to university for 5 years to qualify as one. And those were very tough years, to be honest, because, you do spend 5 of your most useful years studying and putting your head down. So that was very difficult. So when I first graduated, I was quite basic with my skill set. So after a couple of years of working full time, I kind of found out what my passion was. And I just really like making things pretty. So in my case, I went and did some further studies in orthodontic training. So I'm not a specialist, but I did spend about 2 years learning to acquire a new skill, which is to straighten teeth for people. And I absolutely love doing that because I love seeing the progress and the result that I can create. And it is so rewarding to see that progress. But at the same time, whenever you acquire a new skill, your income will go up with that amount of work that you put in. And I totally think that investing into yourself is the best way to increase your income for the future. So the second way to increase your income is to find a way to earn some passive income through investing. So this is quite a new thing for me, and I'm a bit of a nerd when it comes to finances, and one of my favorite things to do in my spare time is to watch videos on finances on YouTube. And my favorite YouTuber when it comes to finance is Kenna from Sugar Mama TV. I'll link to her channel down below in the description box. And she is another Australian, and she is a mum to this beautiful boy, and she goes through so many practical tips when it comes to saving money, budgeting, and increasing your income. She really opened my eyes into making money through investing. So for me personally, I have started to build up my investment portfolio, and I am making very small amount of passive income at the moment. And for me, because my budget for investing is quite small still, I have invested into stocks and shares. And whilst the amount is quite a small amount that you get as dividends, it is definitely a step in the right direction. And I am very proud of my small portfolio at the moment. Check out Kenna's channel. She actually has these projects called $1,000 projects, so anyone can do it. So pretty much what she does is she goes through all of the different ways where you can actually make little side bits of money without dipping into your salary. And whenever that side money becomes $1,000 parcel, she actually invests that $1,000 into buying shares and whatnot. And that's actually one of the ways that she affords her designer handbags, by reaching a certain amount of passive income every year. And of course, that really resonated with me. So having multiple streams of income is definitely something that everyone can do. And that is one of the ways that I increase my income, so I have a bit more disposable income when it comes to spending on luxury. And the next point when it comes to increasing your money is by selling things that you don't use anymore. So everyone probably has something in their homes that they don't use anymore, whether it be a piece of furniture. In my case, old handbags that I don't love anymore. Sell them on and get some extra cash and put that money towards your new purchase that you're absolutely going to love and enjoy. I generally sell all my handbags on eBay. It is really easy to do, and whilst they do take a cut of the sale, the amount that they take is still lower than what a lot of consignment shops would take. And the last point I wanted to cover is to make your dollar go further. So the first point may be a little bit controversial because it is involving credit cards. So when it comes to credit cards, as long as you can exercise self-control and only spend the amount of money that you can pay off at the end of each month, it is actually a really useful tool to accumulate points and to get some benefits out of it. So generally, credit cards will have an annual fee, but if you select a good rewards type credit card, you will accumulate points and you can order different gift cards to different retail stores. And I always do this. So I pay for everything with my credit card and accumulate points. So recently I bought a pair of Valentino heels from David Jones. It was already reduced, but I also had a $100 gift voucher that I ordered through having points on David Jones' credit card. So that purchase ended up being a lot less than full price. So if you can exercise some self-control, I do definitely recommend credit card points. Second tip when it comes to making your dollar go further is by researching online. So you can purchase a lot of luxury brands online through online retailers such as My Teresa, Selfridges, Farfetch, Net-a-Porter, and all of these websites are online luxury department stores. Sometimes with certain items, these websites will differ in prices. So for example, I bought this last year. So this is a Chloe Faye wallet on strap. I looked at David Jones and a lot of other websites like Net-a-Porter. All of those places had this retailing for 1,220 Australian dollars. And one day I thought to check Selfridges and it was actually $745. So just like that, I have saved $400. Also, a lot of these websites have coupon codes throughout the year where you can save 10-15%. So a very common one is if you do sign up to their newsletter, you get 10% off for your first purchase. And when you're talking about these luxury goods, even if you are saving 10%, it can be $80, $100, $200. So I do recommend looking for a coupon code as well. So apart from say Chanel, Hermes and Louis Vuitton, a lot of the other luxury brands you can actually find on one of these online retailers. So doing your research is definitely worth it. So my last tip is to look at the pre-loved market. So with a lot of luxury items, if you do buy it pre-loved or used in really great condition, you can save a lot of money, but it really depends on the item. So you do need to compare prices and do your research. So certain classic items such as your Chanel classic flaps and Louis Vuitton Speedies and Neverfulls, you really don't save a lot by going the pre-loved route. So you might, save $100, couple of $100. So in my opinion, if you're only saving a couple of $100, it's really not worth going down that route. I would rather go into the store, get the store experience, and get my brand new item. But for certain items, they have really poor resale value. Even if these items are in great condition, the price difference between buying it brand new or buying it in a really good condition but used, the price difference is so massive that it makes it worthwhile to consider the pre-loved route. I personally haven't bought a pre-loved item before, but I am looking into one item that I am going to purchase pre-loved if I ever got one. And what it is the Chanel reissue flap. So unlike the Chanel classic flap with the double CC locks, the reissue seems to have a pretty bad resale value, which is great for someone looking for pre-loved. So I am looking through a few different consignment websites at the moment, and when the perfect one presents itself with that bag, I am definitely going to go pre-loved. And I'll leave a list down below of the most reputable websites when it comes to pre-loved designer items. So that's all my tips when it comes to saving up for luxury items, or my general money tips. And if you have any other money tips or tips when it comes to saving money on buying luxury, do leave them in the comments below so that we can all learn from your tips as well. I hope you enjoyed this video and found some of my tips helpful. And if you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for watching and spending some time with me today, and I can't wait to see you again soon. Bye guys.